Well, how do you do, buckaroos, and how the heck are you? So I've got one for four hands here. It's their single speed ale brewed with jasmine, 5%. They tell you on their website that it uses a Pilsner malt and jasmine. Tell you it's delicate. They call it a delicate ale with a slight layer of fruity and floral notes. So there you go. Anyways, I digress. So the notes, the nose, rather, excuse me, the nose is very floral for sure. I mean, it does use jasmine after all, but you certainly can feel those bready Pilsner malts. And I'm also getting just the tiniest hint of lemon zest on the nose as well. Oh man, they call it a delicate ale. I don't know. Yeah, I suppose in the fact that it's just not a beer that's in your face, but the flavors aren't hard to find. And when I think delicate, I think, man, maybe you got to search for it. Now you don't have to search for it; they are there, but it isn't a big in your face beer. But it is just enjoyable. A perfect summer beer for me would be the perfect lawnmower beer. Might as well all Peter Lorre there for a second. You know what I'm saying? The young guy, anybody under 40 is watching me is gonna have to look. Just looking up Peter Lorre right now under Google. Uh, I like to use obscure references, man. It's kind of my thing. So again, much of the flavors, much like the nose, you get these nice soft bready malts, and then with the jasmine gives you more undertones. You get some of the floral notes, uh, very slight fruity notes. I'm gonna say lemon zest. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But in a very soft and subtle way. So there you go. I love this beer. I really do. The funny thing is, I seem to like it more every time I had it. The very first incarnation used elderflower. The first time I had it was at a place called Cicero's, and I wasn't expecting to like it, and I really loved it. And then they switched this the jasmine because I thought the elderflower was a little bitter, which I think is why I liked it. And I wasn't as crazy about it the first time I had it, but every time I've had this jasmine version since then. I've liked it more every time I've purchased it. Four Hands, in my opinion, is doing some of the best beers in St. Louis. I really love Four Hands, Urban Chestnut, Perennials out there, of course, or Side Project. There's a lot of great breweries out there. Seems like the trendier breweries get more notice, but for me, Four Hands and Chestnut are really the flagship breweries out there for that town. They are doing some of the most solid beers. Four Hands does a lot of great out of the box stuff, I mean, yeah, Four Hands does a lot of great out of the box stuff, while Urban Chestnut does a lot of great traditional styles. But then you can't get forget Perennial and Civil Life and Side Project and even Schlafly. That's been out there longer than any of them. I think they kind of get overlooked, and it's unfortunate because they're doing some solid beers. But in my particular opinion, such as it is, let me show you the other side. I think St. Louis is one of the better beer towns in the country. Now, I haven't been to every beer town in the country. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying for the size of the town, St. Louis is pretty good size. There's just a lot of breweries. Downtown St. Louis has a lot, but there's quite a few. In the county. You get just a little bit outside of town, and you go to a Kirkwood. You've got Kirkwood Station. You get out to Dogtown area in St. Louis, and you've got Heavy Riff. I mean, it seems like no matter what area of St. Louis you're going to, even if you're going a little bit out of the St. Louis proper, you're going to find a damn fine craft brewery. And if you just want to hang around downtown, well, hell, man, you got Four Hands, you got Schlafly. Uh, what else is out there? There's one Alpha. I was forgetting Alpha. I knew I was forgetting one. Alpha, there's a side project around there. Um, You get to Midtown, you've got urban chestnut. You get out to the Grove, you got urban chestnut again. Now, you won't find a craft brewery in the Hill, but what you will find is a lot of damn fine Italian restaurants that are all, and every damn one of them are serving great St. Louis beer. So there you go. That's my St. Louis bitch. I mean, I'm not trying to be a spokesperson for the town. I just love them. I've got a certain affinity for the town, I guess. We spent a lot of time there when Seamus was sick. When we had to be there so often, and then we just met a lot of great people out there that did a lot of great things for Seamus. So yeah, I always have that. That town will always have a special place in my heart, man. There's a lot of great craft beer bars, or just beer bars, not necessarily craft beer bars. I really like Nick's. Nick's isn't necessarily a craft beer bar, but they got a bunch on tap. I think they got 100 on tap. I could be wrong. I'm gonna, around that neck of the woods. But at that time anyway, I'm going to assume they're doing things the same way. Half of their taps were dedicated to St. Louis beer. Now they did have some crap on tap because they've got macro drinkers that come in there, but they do have a large portion of craft beer. And again, they really showcase the local crafts. You can find Four Hands or Chestnut, Civil Life, and all the others out there. I really like Nick's Pub, and they would do a lot of again, I haven't looked on their website in 5 years, to be honest. But at that time, they were doing some nights during the week. They do like a $3 Missouri craft pint night. So I mean, if you don't mind drinking out of a shaker pint, they were $3 for some of the best beer. I mean, I remember having a second shift. Oh gosh, what's the name of that beer? El Gato Grande, I think, for $3 a pint. I mean, damn. And there's some other stuff. So Nick's is a personal favorite. I also out in Dogtown again. I mentioned Heavy Riff. I've been to Heavy Riff twice, and I've done videos out there twice, and somehow my videos got lost twice. So one of these days, I'm going to get back to Heavy Riff and give them all my attention. Seamus McDaniel's is a nice little Irish American pub. The food is awesome out there, by the way. I ate out there; it was incredible. Oh goodness. Anyways, I kind of lost track where I was going with this video, but bottom line, this is a fine beer. If you can find it in your neck of the woods, buy it. Quite frankly, if you can find anything from Four Hands, you should pick it up. I don't know if you're gonna love everything they do, but that's not really the point, is it? The point is that they're doing quality beer. They do a lot of variety, and they're doing it right, and that's the point. Anyways, hey, I'm trying to beer whisper biscuits. Anyway, oh Lord have mercy, I'm losing my marbles, man. It was a long ass week, man. Uh, you know, uh, I work in sales with craft beer, so Monday I really couldn't get a lot done. Holiday. There's a few places I visited, and I did some work by text and email. And there's some clients that I deal with that way. Uh, but then because Monday was a holiday, I did go to a lot of places because in most cases the check writers weren't there. There's no point going to places if you can't talk to the guy that has to write the check, right? The guy that orders the beer, I guess, more to the point. So my foot just fell asleep on me, man. So I was sitting there, spine shifted. That hurts, man. So the point I was trying to make is I really had to hustle the rest of the week. And then a county was added to my territory recently, so I mean I was doing a lot of extra driving to try to. Oh man, that hurts. Cut in action. Well, sorry about that. My foot fell asleep on me, man. I had to get up and pound it out a minute. a foot, not, I didn't pound that out. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't that kind of bright. Anyways, I am trying to beer whisper. It was right at the end, but I grabbed my foot was going numb and I had to stand up for a second. Anyways, Pilsner malts, light and floral, just a hint of some fruit notes. I personally got some lemon zest. I am ton of beer whisper, prolific beer drinker, beer evangelist, purveyor of wisdom, and oh, chug a boom. All right, I'm a good guy.